If you want to find out the two coolest, simplest, and fastest ways to come up with new riffs, songs, and melodies, you've come to the right place. Join me today, and I'll show you what I mean. What's up, my ninjas? It's Nick from GuitarDojo.ca. I'm a Berkeley-educated guitarist, film and television composer, educator, Amazon #1 best-selling author of guitar method books, and I'm here to help you, the intermediate guitar player, to get back into the game of playing guitar faster and easier than you ever thought possible, without all the hassle and nonsense and technical music theory or hard-to-understand concepts. Most importantly, I'm here to help you make music fun again. But before we get rolling, here's today's question of the day. Have you ever written a song before? If so, how long did it take you? And if not, what's been holding you back? So let's get into the good stuff. Writing riffs, songs, and melodies can be challenging and sometimes overwhelming, especially if you've never done it before. So we're going to take a look at those first two aspects, riffs and melodies. The reason being is that chord progressions could be a whole video just on its own, and while it can be simple, there is a little bit more to it. So let's just start with the easy and fun stuff first. Then, if you're interested, and you can let me know if you are by hitting the thumbs up button, then I'll go ahead and make a part 2 for this video, all about the shortcuts to hit songwriting using the most popular chord progressions. Pro hack number 1. Riff writing. What's the most famous guitar riff that you can think of? If you're anything like me, you probably thought of one or two options. Number 1 probably being Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water, and number 2 probably being Enter Sandman by Metallica. We're going to focus on Deep Purple's Ritchie Blackmore, the riff for Smoke on the Water, and how Ritchie Blackmore came up with it. Perhaps it would be better if I let him explain it himself.
I listened to Ludwig van Beethoven, bum 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 bum, and I thought, play that backwards, put something to it, and you've got bum 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 bum. That's how I came up with it.
So as you can see, he's given us one of the greatest riff writing techniques perhaps in the history of man. And you can do this with a motif from a classical piece like Ritchie did, or you can do it with a riff or a lick from your own favorite band, or musical, or song, doesn't matter. All you need to do is take that riff or melody and start by turning it backwards and playing it in reverse. It might sound awesome just that way, or you might need to shorten or lengthen the notes or play with the cadence, right? The meter, the pulse, to get it to really kind of groove just right. The only thing to think about here is if it sounds cool or not. And I guarantee you've listened to over 100,000 hours of music in your lifetime. So you are a songwriting and song judging thermostat already. And it's a finely tuned instrument that you have. It's your ear. But either way, by writing and manipulating this way, you're so focused on the technique of doing that your analytical self will be too busy working it out to get in your way to tell you, ooh, you suck, or you don't know what you're doing, or you can't be a writer. Anyway, here's a clip of what I've come up with. I'll play my version first, and then I'll play the original riff that I used as a starting point. See if you can guess it before I play the original. Pro hack number 2, melody writing. Just like riff writing, our analytical brain gets in the way of ourselves a lot. It will tell you stuff like, you don't know what you're doing, you suck, or you can't do it. Trust me, you can. The hardest part I find is usually harmonizing a melody, which is an entirely different step. But this trick that I'm going to share with you basically does all the hard work for you. This hack is so simple and fun, I'm not sure why more people don't talk about it, to be completely honest. So all you do is find a backing track from your favorite song, artist, a section of a song, whatever, and you're going to write a new melody over top of the existing chord changes. You can use the existing melody as a jumping off point, so you simply start playing with some of the notes. If the existing melody goes up, then you go down. If it goes down, then you go up. If it stays in a straight line, you go zigzag. It's a very simple concept. Or you simply come up with something entirely different right off the top. It is fun and easy. The cool thing is, chord progressions can't be copyrighted. So even if you leave the existing chord progression exactly as it is, you've got yourself an entirely new song. And there are tons of examples of this. For example, Memories by Maroon 5 is just Pachelbel's Canon in D. It's reworked a little bit. Same as the Graduation Song by the Spice Girls, for that matter. Mind you, I think they just kind of ripped it right off completely. The point is, if you write a new melody with lyrics over the same or existing chord structure, you've got a new song. Now, if you're lucky enough to play in a band, you'll take that basic structure to them, and the other players are going to jam and improvise with their parts, and you'll have an entirely new song anyway. So you don't even have to worry about copying the existing backing track. Or, if it's just for the purpose of practice in your own room to improve on the instrument, or playing for your friends and family, so basically nobody outside of that circle of friends is ever going to hear it anyway, just leave it like it is. The bonus for you here is that you don't have to be a whiz at programming and recording drums, bass, keyboards, etc., etc. You can simply lay your vocals or guitar over the original backing track and it's going to sound great. Now, if you want to get into studio recording and create your own stuff, this will help you get better faster. Okay, so let's give you an example. See if you could hear the song I'm using as the source material for this short example I'm about to play for you. So there you have it. I hope these two techniques allow you to have more fun with less thinking, helping you make music fun again in a shorter amount of time. If you're interested in hanging out more, sharing your progress, asking questions, or just joining a community of like-minded and helpful and supportive folks that are all trying to get better at guitar, come join my Facebook community over at www.facebook.com/groups/The Guitar Dojo. That's it for today. I'm Nick Morrison from guitardojo.ca. I've been here. You've been wonderful. Keep strumming, and we'll see you next Tuesday.